Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday and I'm just doing a little bit of tinkering in the workshop. One of the things I want to address today is I've got a couple of little LED lights that my neighbour kindly donated to the cause. And I'm thinking about putting them up in here because I struggle a little bit with the lighting in here. These lights I've had up for a little while and every few months I'll take the lens off and give it a good clean, but they're not cleaning up. I think it's just overspray and dust and stuff. And it's not very dark, but it's dark enough to warrant putting some more lights up. So I'm thinking of putting these two just up in there. The LEDs are quite bright, so sort of one here and one there, I think, and that'll throw a bit of light on the bench and generally just give me a bit more light. So that's one of the jobs I want to get done today. I put some LEDs in here a little while ago and they made a big difference. These two here, they're a lot brighter than the strip lights. I left the old strip lights in as well because it's just, you need a lot of light when you're working on cars. I've got a real mix of lights here. There's every different type. These are old office lights, strip lights. Quite good here for above the engine bay, but it's a bit of a mishmash. It's not very fancy. But certainly I need to improve the light in here because it's a bit dull. It's got a bit of a red tinge to it as well, which isn't ideal. Okay, so first job, I better switch the power off because it's more exciting if you leave the power on, but I think it's safer if I put it off. Yeah, see, I've tried cleaning that pet on things and it just doesn't seem to clean up, so we got this tinge. I mean, it's got dust on the outside as well, doesn't help. I just realised I'm probably going to have to paint the roof here because there's going to be a big circle that's not being painted. One job leads to another job. The fortunate thing is, I was tidying out in the other garage the other day, some of the baskets with stored stuff, and I found some white emulsion, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to paint the bit where the lights are going to go, because I do want to paint this workshop completely at some point, not now. I'll just focus on getting the bit around the lights down, get the lights up, and then hopefully quite soon I'll get the roller and give the whole place a do, because it's all very much ready. It's probably a good 2 or 3 years since the last time I've done it. So I just need the paint to dry a little bit, might put another coat on, and then I can get them screwed to the roof and get on with something else. Okay, so that's quite a lot brighter straight away. I mean, you can see the difference in colour. You know, those are sort of creamy colour, and that's nice and white. One of the things I want to look at is, that's the horn of the MGB. It's a little bit covered in overspray. So I was going to clean that up and put it back on. But then I was looking in my box of bits and I found this beauty. That's off an MGA. A little one and a big one. So I'm just curious to wire this up, see if it works and see how it sounds. Might be worth fitting that instead, because that one's just a standard little horn. This might have an interesting tone to it, so I think I'll wire that up, see if it works, and possibly fit that in the MGB. Okay, so it looks as though that's where the cable goes. So I need to take this cover off. Looks like it might have been hot at one time, just in there, but it doesn't smell as though it's been burning. There's a little set of points there. So yeah, I think I'll just wire that up and see what happens. There's a little bit of sparking, but no sound. I think I'll just clean the points, just in case. And if it doesn't go, then I think it's scrap. I'll try that once more. See if I get any sound. Is that an interesting sound or not? Is it worth the effort? So I guess those points were just ready for a clean. So it does work. But does it sound better than the original one? Let's just try this one. See if it sounds better than this one. I'd say it sounds better. Well, it definitely sounds better, that big one. So yeah, it's probably worth fitting that. If it'll fit in there, it is quite a lot bigger than the original one. We'll see. Well, I drained that about 2 weeks ago, and there's a bit of water in there. I know you're supposed to drain them every day, but I don't use a compressor every day. What I noticed was when I was working on the MG engine bay and using air tools, it was very hot weather, so obviously the compressor's hot weather, hot air. There's a lot of condensation to the point that when I was spraying air out of the airline, I was getting moisture coming out. And as I say, I drained this fairly regular. I think it was just a combination of the heat condensating and causing a lot of moisture. I've got the compressor in here under this bench, mainly to keep the noise down, and it does have a vent just back there where the air blows in. I can feel cold air coming in there now, so it works quite well. Obviously when that's going, the fan's going, it'll drag a bit more cold air in, as well as a lot of dust looking at it. So yeah, I'm thinking along the lines of when it comes to painting the car, I need to make sure there's no moisture in the airline then when I'm painting it, because you know, it'll just destroy the paint if there's moisture coming out. And I do have a regulator and a moisture trap there, which works on this airline, but this airline is mainly just for the workshop part and not through here. Through here what I have is this airline, and this is just a direct feed from the compressor, so there's no moisture trap on that line at all. There's no regulator on it either, so I'm going to be using that airline when I paint the car, because I'll be painting the car in here. If I'm using power tools and things, I just use that airline there. So I need to put a moisture trap or a regulator through there. I've got an old moisture trap there which I'm going to strip down and clean up, just to see if it's still okay. That could go on there, that would trap the moisture. The other way is I can take off the airline that feeds through at the back, so that one nearest feeds the front and that one at the back feeds through into the workshop, and then run it all through that moisture trap and regulator just down there, and then run the airline back through here, or I can buy another regulator. But I think in the meantime I'll get that moisture trap put on, and that should help, because it damages your power tools as well, your air tools, if there's a lot of moisture coming through. So I think I'll strip this one down and see if I can attach it to that hose through there. There's quite a lot of oil in there as well. The last time I used this particular moisture trap was with my old compressor a couple of years ago, and it eventually blew up. So that probably explains why there's loads of oil in there. So I'll give that a little clean out, and then we'll give this one a try, I think. Yeah, lots of oil in there, so I'll give that a good clean out with a bit of petrol or something, blow it out, clean all these up. I don't think that's a filter, just a spacer. And put it back together. Okay, that's got it fitted on the wall there. So as I say, I'll probably buy a new regulator and moisture trap when it comes to spraying the car. But in the meantime, that moisture trap there, I'll just put a little tub under there, drain it down there. That'll just help with the you know, like some DA and air tools, with the condensation coming through. So it'll just slow it down a little bit. But I will need a regulator on there to regulate the pressure for the spraying. So I've just switched the compressor on, ran a bit of air through there. So there's no water in there now because I've drained it all down, but that's how easy it is to drain that. So that should work just fine. Okay, so I've got to return this to its owner. I'll get the pickup out, stick it in the back of the pickup and take it through to him, drop it off. It's been really good to be able to borrow that because I didn't have one, so it's been really helpful. Quite handy, this little pickup for jobs like this. Quite a handy vehicle. Okay, it's in. I didn't actually lift it in on my own because it's quite heavy. I did get some help. It doesn't have far to go, so I'll put one strap on it and be fine. Okay, I'm going to return that now. That's pretty much it for this video. It's just been a Sunday morning tinkering in the workshop. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on Friday for some more work on the MGB.